evening. This is Miss Poopee Doodee, world's most determined reporter, reporting to channel 666 Eyewitness News. Today's news shall be about current technology, shall be about widescreen television sets. As you all know, widescreen television sets are pretty much sweeping the country, and everybody is throwing out their old TVs and getting a brand new widescreen TV sets. Because, you know, everybody says it's so good and it's so great, and let's keep up with today's technology, right? Right? Well, you see, the thing is, all these companies, all these television companies, have taken you for a fool, an idiot, a person lying there who's been hit by a car and the windscreen wiper has poked his brains out so it's on the pavement, but then they lift the dead body and they put it inside a hospital, and there you're lying there in a coma but your brains are missing. So then you wake up after probably what, 5 years or maybe 5 days, doesn't even matter, and then you're just sitting around and you're reading the newspapers and you're listening to everybody talk, and everybody is suddenly saying, oh, widescreen TVs are really good, widescreen TVs are really good, oh my, I need to get a new widescreen TV, oh my, it's so great, you know, oh my eyes, oh, it's so relaxing for my eyes, it's so much better, ooh, it's like a movie in my house. And then suddenly you're sitting there and you're thinking, and you start repeating just like everybody else and saying, hey, widescreen TVs are good, I'm gonna go and buy one. Well, the reason you can't think as to why widescreen TVs might not be good is because you were in that car accident. Don't you see? The windscreen wiper has poked your brains out. Your brains are still on the pavement. So you're sitting there, you don't have anything in here. You can't think. And as a result, you go out, you throw out your nice little big TV set, and you buy a widescreen TV set, and then you're watching it like, ooh, widescreen is good, and you go on the internet and you put comments, ooh, widescreen TV is really good, oh, it's just great, it's just great. Let me tell you something, people. I don't even know if you will understand this, because clearly many of you have been involved in a car accident where your brain has actually fallen onto the pavement and somebody forgot to pick up the brain when they picked up your body to take it to the hospital. So let me explain to you exactly why widescreen televisions are not as great as it sounds and as everybody's making it seem like, okay? First of all, you're sitting there. Say you have a 25-inch TV screen, it's about this big, right? It's about this wide, and you're watching, this program, okay? La da 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 da, you're watching me, woo woo, no, you see me there, and then suddenly somebody says, oh, you know what? Let's shoot everything in widescreen format. Let's make the aspect ratio longer and, more skinnier. And as a result, they start making camcorders like that. So now, before you know it, the people who've been shooting before on their regular cameras, you're suddenly going to see black huge bars on top and black huge bars at the bottom. And that's because they're going to tell you, hey, you have a regular TV set. That's why you're seeing those giant black bars. You see, you need to get a widescreen TV set. So you're seeing this really huge black bar here, a really huge black bar here, and just a little picture inside. Just a little picture inside. So you're like, oh no, I don't want to see the black bars. I don't want to see the black bars. So maybe I should get a widescreen TV set. So you go to the shop, and you see widescreen TV sets, and then you realize, oh man, they're kind of expensive, aren't they? They're kind of expensive, but no, we gotta get that widescreen TV set. We have to get it, right? First of all, you're not gonna get a big TV again. You're only gonna get a TV this high and this wide, and your original TV was obviously this high, and it's just too small. And sure, okay, why don't you get a bigger widescreen TV? Because it costs more money, that's why! It costs more money! So that's what you have to do. You have to buy a really expensive TV set. So if I want something this high to replace my old television set, it's gonna be this high, but this wide! And it's gonna be a couple of thousands of dollars. But hey, that's okay, because that's technology for you, right? They're just taking your money. They're always taking money from you. Oh, but that's just fine, because we gotta keep up with technology. And oh no, it's like, oh, what else do they keep saying? See, that's the frenzy that most people are involved in. You see, that's the craziness that pretty much I'm at a loss of words, actually. What I'm really trying to tell you is that widescreen televisions suck. And secondly, you're going to be like, oh, right now, I think I'm going to just put a black bar on top and a black bar at the bottom. Alright, enough of that. Throw those boys out of the way. Come on, people, don't buy that widescreen TV set. Let me tell you why. So you're gonna go, and they're gonna tell you again, oh, you know, those widescreen TV sets, you know, the salesman is gonna tell you, oh, it's so good, it's just like a movie. It's like a movie in your living room. It's like a movie in your living room. And then most people, they buy into that. You know why they buy into that? Because they're an idiot. Because they're a fool. Because there's somebody, they were walking on the road one day, and this car went over them, and then the steamroller went over their head, and smashed their head, and soon there was no brain inside, and they were in a coma, and then somebody took them to the hospital, and then they revived them, but unfortunately their brain, it was smashed, it was gone, it was just no more, it was just not useful anymore, but it didn't matter, because when the person woke up, everybody around kept repeating themselves and going, oh, widescreen TVs, it's like a movie in your house, it's like a movie in your house, gotta get the widescreen, gotta get the widescreen. And then the patients, which happens to be a couple of 100,000 people who seem to have somehow been involved in that same accident where their brain is completely decapitated. It doesn't even matter anymore, but they were obviously out of a situation where they lost their brains. So they're all sitting around going, oh yes, widescreen TV, it's just like a movie. It's just like a movie in our house. And they go out and they buy their big widescreen TV. Well, people, let me tell you something. It's not like a movie. It's not like a movie. It's a gimmick. It's a gimmick so you people go and shell out more money like a fool. You go and, what is wrong with you? And secondly, the only reason I would admit widescreen TVs actually serve some purpose is when you actually go to a cinema. And do you know how big that screen is? Do you know how big that screen is? It's pretty damn big, people. It's pretty damn big, okay? And first of all, widescreens, well, yeah, it would look great for movies, like if you were watching perhaps like a classical Clint Eastwood movie from back in the 60s, a Western movie. You see a beautiful scenic background, you see the horses coming from outside, you see Clint Eastwood on the other, then he walks slowly in there, and it looks great in a cinema. It looks great, because that movie was meant to be watched in a cinema. So when you can't bring your cinema into your living room, that's the only way then the widescreen is going to be the same thing. No, instead you'll have a shrunken television set with a little long screen. And you're like, oh, is that a horse? Oh, I can't see it. Oh, is that a horse? Oh, I can't see it. Because some of you can't obviously afford the very big wide screens that are this big and this wide. You only got something like this and this wide. And I can't see it from where I'm sitting on the sofa. I have to look again. Was that a horse? Did I see a horse? Was Clint Eastwood riding on a horse? And then I have to go close and say, yes, it was a horse. That's how bad widescreen TV sets people are. That's just how bad it is, people. So let me tell you something. Widescreen TV sets just does not serve its purpose unless you have a lot of money and can actually get a huge cinema in your house. I mean, how nice it was, you know, when you could have your regular size television set, only spend like a couple $100, not even a lot of money, and you get the effect. You don't need a widescreen TV for sitcoms and little shows or for news. You don't need a widescreen TV for that. And even if you want to watch a movie, the same Clint Eastwood movie on your television, it's okay if it's the same 4:3 aspect ratio. It's okay because it's in your living room. It's still not going to be the same as sitting in a cinema and watching a Clint Eastwood movie. It's not the same, people. But anyway, some of you people don't really, agree with that, and you're probably thinking, oh no, this chick is bonkers. Of course, I must be bonkers. I must be bonkers because I don't like widescreen TVs. Something must be wrong with me. What must be wrong with me? Well, I don't know. Something is wrong with me. It's clearly wrong with me. Something is wrong with me. Something must be wrong with me. Oh no! But Mr. Sony and Mr. Panasonic has taken all of you for a fool, an idiot, a person who just has no brains in their head. You see what happened one night? Aliens came while you were sleeping, and they did this little experiment on you, and they pulled your brain out, and then you woke up in the morning and you went to work, and you went to your little office, and suddenly everybody's saying, hey man, I just got my widescreen TV set. Oh yeah, you got your widescreen? I'm gonna go get mine too. And so everybody's repeating the same thing over and over again. I'm gonna get my widescreen. Oh, it's good for theirs. It's good for theirs. Oh, it's like a movie. It's like a movie. And then the phenomena spreads. Fools. And as a result, unfortunately, Sony and all these manufacturers are starting to phase out those big television sets you can nicely get. You can't get them anymore. Instead, you go, if your TV breaks, you go to the damn store and you see, oh, the widescreen? Oh, it's just this tall, but this wide. But if I wanted this tall, I gotta get it this wide, and I gotta spend a couple $1,000 on it, right? Is that the gimmick? Are you happy now, Sony? Are you happy, Panasonic? You got money coming in. You fooled the people again. when you go to the shop, you're like, bah, bah, what is the latest technology? Bah, 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 give me the widescreen, bah, bah, like sheep, just like how you all go out there and buy those damn iPods, you know, you could get better MP3 players than that, but no, you go, what's the latest technology? Hey, people, the latest technology is not necessarily the best technology because they're using it to get money from you! They're using it to get money from you! Anyway, so, oh yes, today's, discussion was about current events and widescreen television sets. So basically what I'm trying to say is that oftentimes widescreen television sets are not particularly useful for a home, being that you are not going to really find, it's never going to have the same effect as a cinema. When you're watching a Clint Eastwood movie, it's pretty much going to be probably only this tall and this wide because that's all you could afford. And pictures are going to be shrunk down, so you're going to be thinking, like just really like squinting a little bit more. Or you can buy a bigger widescreen, but it's still not going to be as big as your widescreen, as your original TV set. And also it's not going to fit into the little cabinet that you had. You're going to have to throw out your cabinet too and buy more, buy a bigger cabinet because your widescreen TV can't fit in that. So that's another way people are making more money. But if you call this technology, or is this just like stupidity? But you people obviously don't care. So go ahead. Buy your widescreens. As you notice, all the channels now, they begin to shooting with their camcorders and widescreens. You don't need that. You're shooting a sitcom. You're not shooting a big scenery. You're not even playing in the cinema. You're shooting a cartoon reality show. You have your little widescreen things going on there. Oh, it's just, people just don't know. What am I arguing for? What am I targeting you for? Clearly, if you don't agree with me, I understand you will. Either aliens removed your brain while you were sleeping, or you were in that accident where that steamroller went over your head, back and forth, and then your brain became so smushed, and then you woke up, and everybody said, get your widescreens, and you just started repeating after them, oh, get my widescreens, and that's it. That's what happened. So you consumers out there, you're a sucker, because the corporations took you for a fool, an idiot, a brain-dead person who has no brain. You probably never had a brain to begin with. So you see, you were suckered into it, people. You were suckered into it. And the consumer is a big, giant blob of stupidity. So Mr. Sony is sitting down with his millions of dollars. Mr. Panasonic is like, woo-hoo-hoo, got my money now. Ha ha ha. Look at those suckers there. Look at them flooding into Best Buy in Circuit City. Look at them picking up their big widescreen TVs. Somebody ought to take that widescreen TV and just ram it down on all those people. Anyway, I'm quite sure this entire clip, when aired on the internet, is probably going to become heavily discussed, and many people are going to be feeling that widescreen TVs are the way to go. But I understand you were involved in that tragic accident where your brain was smushed, so I really can't expect much from you. So once again, we're going to conclude today's report, and I'm Miss Poopee Doodee. I'm going to tell all of you that if you see something and you're being told that's the latest technology, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's the best technology. Do a little bit more research and you will be able to understand how the real latest technology can be used in today's world, okay? Don't just buy into all those gimmicks, okay? So, anyway. So, once again, I'm Miss Poopee Doodee. World's most determined reporter shall sign off and tell all of you that widescreen TVs and that high definition is just a bunch of crap. It's just a gimmick that's marketed to all of you consumers out there because all of you are just stupid. You were in some sort of accident where your brain was probably amputated by some freak accident. That's what must have happened. That's probably why all of you think that widescreen TVs are good and why HD is good. It's the same crap, people. HD is the same crap marketed over and over again to you. Don't you see that? But oh no, let's just talk technology. HD, oh yeah, it's great. It's great. Oh yeah, I bet it is. Anyway, once again, I Miss Poopee Doodee. In fact, I'll continue my discussion on HD. I'll continue my discussion in HD because the best way to shoot a film is not HD, it's actually using 35mm film. If you really want the best effect, that's easy on the eyes and that's the best picture so far. Anyway, once again, this is Miss Poopee Doodee, once Mr. Town Reporter, reporting to channel 666 Eyewitness News and telling all of you people to think, stop going into a shop and going bah, 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 because it's not gonna work! watching TV sets. So I'm just telling you to go into the shop and just stop! Stop buying! Stop it! And then you won't get exploited! So tune in next week at the same time, on the same channel, on the same station, and you'll get some more news. Signing off now, Miss Poopee Doodee.